Hey everybody, today we're going to start a blind playthrough of the Banner Saga. Now, I haven't really seen anything about this game aside from the 3-minute trailer when I bought it, so yeah, let's get this shit started. So the story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices we make, and you will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. The gods are dead. In their wake, men and giants survived through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastelands. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun. Well, wait, did it like go out, or did it just like stop moving? I'm confused.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli meðal vor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Varl human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Alright, so we're a bunch of tax collectors, and the sun stopped moving.
Komin í höfnina miklu! Skist ég leyfa oss að syngja!
Alright, so I am going to edit this part of the video because there was a lot of tutorial reading to do and that's kind of boring. But basically you have a red bar, which is your damage and your health, and you have a blue bar, which is your armor. And when the blue bar takes damage, you will take more health damage. I am liking the game a lot though. The backgrounds are gorgeous, I must say. And you can see a little bear in the background there. He kind of chained up, poor little dancing bear or something.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and Varl slaughter each other, even before the Dredge arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more Dredge to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Alright, we're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with us as we're trying to leave the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business, and I look like a tool. Ubin, isn't it? It is. I'm just here for the tithe. What do you want? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here. What did you have in mind? I didn't exactly agree. Scaflings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-face houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvas flap on briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. Rude. The scafling's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Eric, I need some help here. I don't have the patience for this. Say nothing. Let's say nothing. Eric overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods, Eric, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the scaflings? Nobleman, up by the east wall, but that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until he blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? Nope, just bought 'em while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. No reason. They look good. Yeah, you look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be a scalfing. I was saying that wrong. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to go find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? Where is this place again? Yeah, where is it? Nobleman is halfway up the hill towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just to make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out. Eric says over his shoulder, "Ready? Let's get it over with." "That's the spirit," says Valgard. "All right, here we go." Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed drunken scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Frantic. I was hoping for more of a fight than this. Look at them. It's gonna be a butchery. Alright, I'm gonna edit this scene again because it was giving me a few more tutorial messages, but I didn't actually leave out anything. You can see everybody walking and all of the attacks, even though the camera kind of flips around. So I'm going to see if I can get much better at the fighting at this game quickly so that I don't have to do that and read everything in the middle of a fight. But yeah, these fights are actually really fun. There's lots of different skills and passive effects on everybody. And you can also like charge up your different attacks with these little gold icon thing there. Looks kind of like a star. I forget what it's called right now, but I will figure that out. And you'll notice some of the units are bigger. Those guys are called Varl. I guess that's their race. They take up 4 squares instead of 1 square like humans. And I think I read somewhere that the Dredge take up 4 squares too. I don't know what the Dredge are yet, but I'm guessing we're going to find out at some point. And there's a cool ability on my big Varl guy there with the shield. Whenever he takes damage from another unit, they also lose 1 point of their armor damage. Which, as I stated before, is kind of like a defense rating, which you can damage directly, and once you damage it directly, you can do more actual HP damage. I'm saying the word damage too much, but yeah. But like I said before, those red bars you can see there stand for the attack and the health of the unit. Getting kind of worried about my shield guy. Oh, what? He deflected my attack? Oh. Oh god. Oh, shield guy's dead. I hope this isn't like Fire Emblem and he's dead forever. I guess we'll figure that out eventually. I'm gonna miss him though. He had a cool ability, and I liked it. Everything was rad. Oh god, if he's gone, I'm gonna be so sad. I should probably mention that those renown things there are what you use to level up your characters. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash this blood off. Eric is looking out the hull's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approaches with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Vognir. Next, for Varl kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Things make a little more sense. You hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or proofs of entrails still in the Great Hall. Can I ask one more favor? No, Eric, I've done enough already. What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down by the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Volgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess, and we greet the arrivals down at the docks. Vognir. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old, and if there is a Vognir, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yokes? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Yondir demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from Arborang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden Wolf head emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Ludin. Do you know Scrivener? We visit his capital. He visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand, and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but, let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is, the prince's delight is a delight to behold. Oh boy. Where is Mauger? Hakon, have him find a place to put the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. The host of giants departs in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mauger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode there for today. Let me know what you guys think of the battle scenes. If they're too hard to follow, I will do something else with those, because I'm not really sure about that shit.